So you didn't leave your key behind when you took off for Bangkok?
How is he?
I phoned the hospital first thing. They said he's had a comfortable night.
But he is going to be all right, isn't he?
For time being. After that, we'll just have to see, won't we?
I got the first plane back that I could.
Got the first plane out there you could and all, didn't you?
You made your decision. I gave you the chance to come round
What
and...
chance? You didn't hang around to hear what I decided about me and you. You just got the first plane out of Dodge with your mate Craig.
I don't believe this. You selfish cow. My dad's had a heart attack and you're having a go at me about leaving?
Because why do you think he had the heart attack in first place?
What do you mean?
Because you left him a stinking note telling him you were off.
Ain't no way.
Yes. And you know what? I was actually going to tell him about me and you. God knows how I was going to put it, but I was. And all you wanted was to cut and run. And you didn't have the bottle to tell me face to face, or your dad.
Oh, come on, it wasn't like
Well,
that.
that's how it looks. And that's what's put your dad in hospital.
Dad. Mark. How'd you get here?
Linda rang me. I came straight back.
Thanks. Great to see you, son.
How'd you feel?
Much better now I've seen you. Where's Linda?
Here I am, Mike.
Well, it's flaming painkillers he got me on. I can hardly sit up.
That's because you're supposed to be resting.
I'm not very good at resting. Never have been.
That's why they've had to drug you, love. Mike, you're not Superman. You've got to take it easy.
Maybe we should go, eh?
No. No, don't go yet. No, not yet. I've got to know. Thought we were getting on all right.
Well, yeah. Of course we were.
Then I've got to know. Why did you take off? But you don't just take off like that without a reason. If it's something to do with me, I want to know what.
It's nothing to do with you. Stop worrying.
Dad, it was just itchy feet.
Itchy feet?
Yeah, like last time. It was Craig going on about travelling. I just don't think I'm cut out to stay in one place too long, that's all.
I wish you'd have told me face to face. Surely I deserve something more than just a piece of paper.
Yeah, of course you do. Believe me, I wish I had told you. I just thought you'd be disappointed in me. I was scared you'd talk me out of it like you did last time.
You're damn sure I would have tried, yeah.
I'm so sorry, Dad. If I'd ever imagined something like this was
No,
gonna...
that's all right, forget it. No one's more surprised about all this than me.
So now you're back. How long are you staying?
I'm not going anywhere. Not until you get back on your feet.
So what's life going to be like for me now I've got this dodgy ticker, eh?
Well, as long as you're sensible, life can be pretty much as it was before.
Nah, it's that word sensible I'm not too keen on.
Just be grateful you're alive at all, you.
Well, I don't want to go through life like some vicar's maiden aunt, do I?
You just have to be more careful that you don't take too much on. You know, watch what you eat and drink, cut out the fatty foods and get plenty of gentle exercise.
I play golf once, twice a week.
That's a good start.
Yeah, a round on the course and then how many in the clubhouse afterwards? That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you got, like, a diet sheet or something I can have so I can make sure he's having the right sort of food?
I'll sort you one out.
Thanks.
A diet sheet?
Yeah, if that's what it takes to make sure you look after yourself.
Do you care that much for me?
What sort of question's that?
Well, I thought you might change your mind, see me like this.
Don't be daft, Mike. Oh. There's plenty of blokes younger than you who've dropped dead of heart attacks.
You know what they say, don't you? You don't realise what you got until you miss it. So from now on, I'm going to start living life to the full, so don't you write me off just yet.
I wouldn't dare. Oh, Mark,
Janice came in the shop just as I was closing. She tells me your dad's had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Poor Mike. How is he?
Oh, he's all right. Apparently it wasn't a big one. More the sort you get as a warning, you know?
To sort of tell him to take things easy, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I can't see Mike taking to that very well.
Oh, I suppose not.
Well, that must be a worry for you. I mean, I know what Mike's like. He won't be warned off by anybody, not even the Almighty.
We'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. Rita, I was going to say, I know I gave you the keys back to the flat, but I
Oh,
was...
that's all right. It's okay. I haven't had a chance to give them to anybody else yet. I must say I was very surprised to see you taking off like that.
Oh, it was Wanderlust. But it looks like that's on hold for a while now.
Well, I'm very pleased to hear it. Your dad's going to need you to take a lot of worry off his shoulders. Make sure he doesn't get upset over anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you get to?
I went to the Rovers. I had to think.
And?
I feel awful.
What about?
About my dad, what do you think?
Right. So not running out on me.
I've told you I didn't run out on you.
You didn't exactly hang around, though, did you? And, Mark, where would that have left me if I had told your dad about me and you? That would have been a laugh, eh?
Yeah, but you didn't, did you? He still thinks you're the loyal, loving bride-to-be.
I would have done if you hadn't keeled over first with the shock of finding out you took off again.
So it looks like I did you a favour then, doesn't it?
Do you think I enjoyed watching your dad go down clutching his chest?
Of course not. But what if it hadn't have been my letter that set it off? What if you told him about us two? Do you think he'd have taken that any better?
Well, I'd have been more gentle than a scrap of paper.
More gentle? Linda, the man nearly died because his son walked out on him to go off around the world. Just how gently are you going to tell him that his son's been sleeping with a woman he's crazy about? You can't wrap something like that up in cotton wool.
So what are you saying?
What do you think? There's no decision to make anymore. We don't tell him about us two, and we don't run the risk of him ever finding out in case it kills him. We're finished.
Being really childish, you know. Just because you ignore me doesn't mean I'm going to disappear in a puff of smoke.
Don't start. I'm here for my dad.
I'm here for your dad too. It doesn't mean we can't talk to each other.
Yeah, but I know you, Linda. One thing always leads to another. But I've made my mind up. He's never going to find out about us. He's never even going to suspect. It's over. You're not going to talk me out of it.
Who says I was going to try? All I'm worried about is you walk in there with your miserable gob. He's going to think you don't want to be here. And that's going to do him the power of good, isn't it?
Hey, hang on.
Smile.
What time do you call this?
Dad, what are you doing out of bed?
I'm checking out. I don't like this hotel. It's costing me a fortune, the food's rubbish, and there's no minibar.
Oh, don't be daft. You can't just get up and leave.
I feel fine.
You're supposed to be resting.
I can rest better at home. This is like Piccadilly Circus.
I've paged the doctor, Mr. Baldwin, and I really do think you should wait and see him before you consider leaving.
Listen, love, I've got my next appointment with the consultant lined up. I've got my pills. All I'm doing here is twiddling my thumbs. I thought you were short of beds.
I really do think you should advise your father against this.
Listen to her, will you, Dad? She is the expert.
And I'm the expert on how I feel. All right, I've had a bit of a heart attack, but I'm not dead yet, and I'm not intending to be, right? The doctor said rest. I think I can do that better in my own home, all right?
I don't want to upset you, Mr. Baldwin. If you want to discharge yourself against medical advice, in the end, it's your choice.
Exactly. Now, where do I sign?
Right, come on, you. On the sofa, put your feet up and you've not to move.
Well, now that I'm home, I don't intend to.
And I'm phoning that consultant, Mike, and I'm going to tell him exactly what you've done.
I'll just put these in the bedroom.
He said I could come home at the weekend. What's a couple of days, more or less?
But what am I supposed to do if something happens to you, eh?
It won't. Don't worry.
I do worry.
Right, what about the factory?
And you can forget about the factory. You're not going near it. At least 2 weeks off, that's what the doctor said. And I'll tie you to this flaming sofa if I have to.
Oh, things are looking up, eh?
Listen, try not to worry about the factory, Dad. I'll sort it out, OK?
I'm not worried. Have you been down this morning?
No, not yet, but I'll go over now and make sure everything's OK.
Good idea. Once that lot realise I'm out of action, they start taking liberties. You mark my words.
Try not to worry about anything, OK?
I'm not worried. Don't you worry either, all right?
OK. All right, well, I'll see you later then.
Yeah.
Do you fancy a cup of tea?
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's a bit early for lunch, isn't it, ladies?
Oh, how's your dad? Have they let him out yet?
Yeah, came home today. And he's not going to be very happy when he hears you lot have been skiving off.
Then don't tell him. Wouldn't want to bring on another seizure, would we?
Once they've had one, it's the thin end of the wedge. It's just a matter of time.
It was only a mild heart attack, and the doctors expect him to make a full recovery.
Well, they tell you that, don't they? Because they don't want you to get upset.
I want you lot back in the factory at 1 o'clock, OK?
Oh, come on.
I mean it. Dinner break is an hour.
Hey, don't start waving that big stick like your old man. Doesn't suit you, love. Yeah, I don't know what he's so mad about.
What's that supposed to be?
It's cottage cheese salad. It's your dinner. It's one of the meals on the diet sheet. Here.
Well, I'm sorry, Don. They can carry me out in a box, but I'm not eating a cottage cheese salad.
Nice piece of fillet steak, that's what he needs. I say, nice piece of fillet steak. Put some colour in his cheeks.
Yes, Fred, but he's having cottage cheese salad or he starves.
When it comes to being a nurse, she hasn't exactly got the gentle touch, has she? Another drop of scotch, Fred?
Don't mind if I do.
And don't you even think about having a drink yourself, Mike, or I'll smash that decanter over your head.
See what I'm up against.
Bye. She's a feisty young wench, is that one. And if you ask me, it's stress what's put you in that condition in the first place.
Yeah, I do work too hard at times, I admit that.
I work hard and all. But I don't come home to the demands of a young filly. If you want my opinion, it's that what's done you in.
You're probably right. But I tell you what, Fred, it's worth it.
I never thought I'd see you beat me to an heart attack.
I wouldn't have believed that myself.
My doctor's always on at me. Lose weight, stop smoking.
Yeah, it just shows you. They don't know what they're talking about themselves half the time.
They don't, I say they don't. Still, it must give you pause for thought.
Yeah, but then I ask myself, do I want to go through life as an invalid, eating rabbit food? Or enjoy myself and go out in style? I've worked hard and I've played hard. If it all ends tomorrow, then, well, so be it. I've got no regrets.
Not a bad philosophy, is that? I take it all your affairs are in order.
Well, yeah, more or less.
If I go tomorrow, our Ashley will cop for a lot.
Well, Mark's the main beneficiary under my will.
I'm just popping out.
But don't you worry, love. All that'll change when we get hitched. Don't you worry. You will be well provided for.
I'd have a lot less to worry about, Mike, if you'd just take it easy and stop acting so tough.
Well, I've got to be tough if I'm going to be married to you, haven't I?
Wedding plans going ahead, then?
Oh, yeah. Full steam ahead.
Is that wise under circumstances?
Well, this little business has taught me one thing, Fred. None of us are here forever. So get on with it. It's later than you think.
I've been looking all over for you. You're supposed to be at the factory.
Yeah, well, I was. But it feels like I'm stepping into his shoes before he's even gone. I can tell you that's doing my head in.
This is as much a shock for me as it is for you, you know. How do you think I feel?
I just want to pack up and go and get as far away from this mess as possible.
Well, you can't. You're a big boy now, Mark. That means staying and taking some responsibility. Your dad's had a lucky escape. But he needs you now more than he ever has.
Are you really going to tell him everything?
Yeah? Good job I didn't, eh?
I can't stand it, you know.
You'll get better.
No. I can't stand the idea of you being tied to a sick old man.
Don't.
And I hate myself for thinking that.
Oh, come here. Listen.
Don't say anything. Please, just don't say anything. I'm gonna go back to the factory and make sure everything's okay.
Mike, wait a minute.
No, I can't. Please, just let me go, okay?
Are you coming over to the flat tonight?
No.
You must still want to see her.
Look, Linda, you've got to give me some time.
Listen to me, will you?
Every time we see each other, it just gets worse.
And every time we see each other, the more I realise I love you.
Now, was that really true? Or was it just another hook to keep me here?
Yes, it's really true. God knows. I wish it wasn't. Come on, let's go for a drink.
You know, I told you I saw Linda and Mark when I was coming out of the Rovers.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, it's just the way they were talking. They seemed so preoccupied, like something had just happened. I even tried phoning Mike, but he must have unplugged the phone. Thank you, darling.
Oh, now come on, don't worry. Look, I'm sure you would have been the first to know if they'd taken a turn for the worse.
I just don't understand her. I mean, what is she doing out drinking with Mark when Mike's at home on his sickbed?
Well, I don't think she's a Florence Nightingale, that one.
I think I might just pop round and see him this morning, just put my mind at rest.
Oh, well, that'll be popular with her ladyship.
Well, that is a risk worth taking.
Do you know, you're worrying more about that man now than you ever did when you were married.
Yeah, I know it's daft, isn't it? But you can sign all the divorce papers you like, but don't stop you caring.
Come in.
Are you sure it's all right? I wouldn't want to be stepping on anybody's toes.
Oh, don't be daft. It's lovely to see you.
So, is Linda here?
No, she's down at the factory for a couple of hours, helping Mark run the place.
Oh, good. Well, you're very lucky to have them both to help you out.
Yes, I am. Can I get you a drink of anything?
Oh, just a coffee will do, thanks.
Black?
Yeah. Sorry I didn't send you any grapes or get well cards or anything.
Oh, that's all right. I've had enough of those already.
Well, you always were the world's worst patient. So, how are you feeling then?
Me? Great. Top of the world.
Honestly?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm a bit bored. I mean, there's nothing good on the box, no one to talk to. It's all right, these doctors saying have a rest, but I mean, they're not the ones stuck at home all day.
Yeah, well, even so, you still got to do what they say. Otherwise...
The Grim Reaper comes knocking at me door.
No, I didn't say that, but yes, if you don't look after yourself.
Oh, well, that's all right. I'm not as silly as all that. Oof. Never want to go through that again.
That bad, was it?
Oh, worse. You know, I haven't told anyone else this, but there was a moment there that I thought I was going to die.
Really?
Yeah. I remember lying on the sofa and seeing how scared Linda was, but I couldn't say anything to her. It was as if I was one side of a window and she was the other, and I thought, oh, this is it. This is how I'm going to die. And I thought, no, I don't want this. Not like this. Not yet. So he reckons he's better off bumming around Thailand with a group of hippies and staying here with his father.
Well, I mean, you can understand him wanting to spread his wings.
But he's got something worth staying for this time, hasn't he? I mean, a part of the factory, a good job. Why would he want to throw that away just because he's got itchy feet?
Hey, you know your trouble, don't you? I mean, it's one rule for you and one for everybody else.
What do you mean?
But you've just spent the last half hour telling me how this heart attack's changed your perspective and how you want to seize the day and live for the moment.
Which I do.
Well, then why don't you want Mark to leave Weatherfield and see a bit of the world?
It's not that. It's that I don't want him throwing away the opportunity of making something of himself.
Yes, but it's not about what you want, is it? It's about Mark. I mean, young men like that have got huge expectations of life.
Yeah, which I'm giving him. God blimey, when I was his age, I'd have given my right arm for the opportunities I'm giving him.
Ah, yes, but if it's not the opportunities that he wants, there's no point, is there?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you're right. The truth of it is, I don't want the boy to go. And what's to say he won't come back?
Oh, he'll come back. You just give him your blessing and let him go. Like you say, life's for living. I think I'll put the kettle on, because I think you've had enough of that.
Hello, sweetheart. Didn't expect you home so early.
I can see that.
Oh, no, Alma just popped in to see how I was.
That's nice of her. Did she help peel your grapes for you and all?
I think I should go.
No, there's no need for that.
Oh, yes, I think there is anyway. Anyway, I've got a lot to do. I'll see you later. Linda?
Well, goodbye, and thanks for popping in.
Yeah.
Right. I think you better tell me what's been going on. So no doubt Alma's blaming me for your heart attack.
Don't be silly.
I could tell by the look on her face, Mike. She thinks it's all my fault.
I don't know why you feel so threatened by her. She's like an old friend. You've got no need to worry about her.
That's easy for you to say.
Well, what can I do to reassure you? I mean, what else can I say? We're getting married in a few weeks' time, right? You're in my will. Well, you're my partner officially.
So tell me again, what was it she wanted?
I've already told you. She just wanted to see how I was.
And that's all you talked about? She didn't try to spread any poison about me?
Didn't even mention your name. In fact, we spent most of the morning talking about Mark.
Mark?
She made me realise it's no point in making him stay here if that's not what he wants.
What makes her the expert on the subject all of a sudden?
Because she knows him. She knows what he's like. And she's right. If I force him to stay here, just resent me for holding him back.
So what are you going to do?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a word with him. And I'm going to say, I know I don't want him to go, but I understand why he's doing it. And then I'm going to let him go.
Just like that? You're just going to let him walk away?
Oh, more than that. I'm even going to pay for his tickets. You going out?
Why do you want me to?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Well, it's just I got Mark come round to give me an update on what's what, and I wanted to have a word with him.
About him going away?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
So why don't you want me here? In case I don't agree with you? Which actually, Mike, I don't. I think at the minute we need as much help as we can get.
Oh, for God's sakes, no big deal. I just want it to be him and me. I can talk to my own son, can't I?
Yeah, of course you can. I'll just go and get ready then, shall I, and get out your way?
Good girl. And then there was, yeah, well, never mind about that. We'll sort it out later. I want you to be straight with me.
What about?
You don't want to be doing all this, do you? You don't want to be stuck in that factory. You'd rather be with your mate Craig in Amsterdam.
No.
Yes, you would. I mean, you went there and you came back because of this heart business, didn't you? Well, look at me. I'm all right.
Good.
Which means that you don't have to hang around anymore. You can go.
Yeah, no, and I will do one day.
One day?
Yeah. There's no hurry, is there?
What, you're going to stay 19 for the rest of your life, are you? Listen, I've been doing a lot of thinking this week, and I've had a hell of a lot to think about. Mostly how quickly your life goes. Especially when you spend it like I have. Earning enough money, so eventually you got enough money so you don't have to work and you can do the things you want to do, and... well, if this thing has taught me anything, I mean, if I've learned anything off this, it's don't put anything off. If you want to do something, you go ahead and you do it.
But who's going to do all this, eh?
Well, I will. Well, Linda, if it doesn't get done, so what? I want you to go to Amsterdam. I want you there by the weekend, and to make sure you go, I'm buying your ticket.
I mean, yeah, if you say so.
I do. Well, on one condition. You're back here by September for the wedding to be my best man, right?
So you're still planning on going ahead with the wedding, then?
Of course I am. What do you think I've just been telling you? Don't put anything off. So September, back here, my best man. All right?
Yeah, of course.
We don't require drinks, but I would like to put this up. It ought to be of interest to some of your customers.
All right, love. Help yourself.
Hi, Ailey. You coming to join us, love?
No, I think Roy wants to get back.
Well, let him. He knows where.
Well, I don't like leaving him at weekend.
Oh, listen to her.
See you later.
See you, love. Anyway, I see you don't mind leaving yours, even if he is at death's door. He's not at any door. He's just had a heart attack. So you're still going ahead with the wedding? Why shouldn't we be? Well, I mean, if he's up to it. Take a bit of shine off, wouldn't it, having to be wheeled into church on an hospital trolley?
He won't have to be wheeled anywhere. He just needs a rest, that's all.
Well, I might put a dampener on honeymoon, eh? If the doctor says to him he ain't to get too overexcited. Yeah, why not?
Oh, can I have a glass of white wine, please, Gina? Yeah. Oh, hi.
We meet again.
Yeah, well, you know, it is a pub.
And the flat, that's my home. It's where I live. It is not a hospital ward, so you can pop in any time you fancy.
No, I just happened to hear about Mike.
Yeah, Mike, who's nothing to do with you anymore. So you don't have to go rushing to his bedside every time he gets a flaming cold.
Well, I think it was rather more than a cold, and I'm very sorry if it upset you.
Oh, I've had enough of this. Just show a bit of respect, can't you? This lady was Mr. Baldwin's wife when you were in gym slips and pigtails. And that's something you can never put behind you, however many bits of paper you sign.
What's it got to do with you?
It's to do with me, because I've got decent human feelings, same as she has, but which apparently you haven't.
What is this, the Old Bags Union?
Yes, it is. And we all stick together, so just you watch out.
That's 190, look, please.
Hey, up!
Mike gone?
Yeah. I asked him to stay for a bite to eat, but he said he had things to do.
So you've had your little chat then?
Yes, we have, and I told him I wanted him in Amsterdam by the weekend.
What did he say?
Oh, he said he couldn't possibly do that. How will we manage? What if I was ill again? And I said, don't worry about that. If you want to go, you go.
So he's going?
But don't worry. I made him promise to come back in September for the wedding, to be my best man, when you walk down that aisle. Well, what's up? A little while ago when he first got here, you said you didn't want him around. You said he was going to get in the way.
Well, that was before. Before I knew how much he meant to you.
Well, he still means a lot to me. That's why I want him to get the most out of life. I know what all this is about. You're worried I'm going to go back to work in all hours that God send. Well, I'm not. I'm going to make the most of my life as well. Which means not so much work and more time with you.
Well, I hope it works out that way.
It will. Trust me. It'll work.
Hello, stranger. Well, you look well.
Yeah, I feel great. Packet of my cigars, please, love.
Don't, Rita, he's not to have them.
Oh, well, he is over 16. Mind you, I don't think you should have them, Mike.
That's what everyone says, but will he listen?
Everything in moderation, the quack said.
Cut out the fags and booze, that's what the quack said.
In fact, the worst thing about being in hospital was I thought I'd smoked my last cigar.
There's no telling him. And he's going to work when he should be resting.
The one thing guaranteed to get my blood pressure roaring is you banging away in my ear.
I give up. Kill yourself for all I care.
Well, make up your mind. Do you want me alive or not?
Ooh, back on your feet, I see.
Yes, I am. Sorry to disappoint you. How much I owe you, love?
You sure you should be drinking that?
You've been listening to Linda.
I just think you should go steady on the booze, that's all.
It's my first day out. Thanks to the scotch. What's the big deal?
And I don't think you should be going back to that factory quite so soon either.
Oh, you have been listening to Linda.
Oh, just go and play a round of golf or something. Chill out.
I chill out my desk.
What's this all about, Dad? You've had a heart attack. You're lucky to be alive. But you're walking around as if nothing's happened. I mean, are you scared to face up to it or something? Is that it? Do you think that lightning won't strike in the same place twice? Because I've got news for you.
Yeah, all right. I've got the message.
Yeah, well, I don't think you have.
I had a bit of a setback. I want things back to normal now. I mean, I'm quite a bit older than Linda, and when she looks at me, I want her to see someone youthful, full of energy and life. Not a frail old man in a hospital bed surrounded by heart machines. Do you know what it was like for me in there?
Yeah, sure. I can see that.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something. The moment she looks at me and sees invalid, that's when she's going to start looking for a younger model.
I'm sure she'd never do that.
Yeah, well, I'm not taking the chance.
I'm not sure I should let you in.
I just want to talk to you. Mark, don't go, please. Your dad needs you here.
I can't even look him in the eye without feeling sick to the stomach.
Don't.
You know why he's gone bounding back to work, don't you? Acting like this heart attack has made him feel younger.
Because he's stubborn.
Because he's scared he's gonna lose you. He's terrified you're gonna start to see him as an invalid and run off with a younger man.
Is that what you said?
I felt like saying to him, oh, you've got no worries on that score, mate. You'd sooner have the best of both worlds.
That's not fair.
No, but it's the truth. He worships you, Linda. He's pinning the whole of his future on you and him, and what do you go and do? Sleep with his son behind his back.
Me? Oh, it's all down to me, as per usual.
Yeah, well, at least I'm prepared to put a stop to it.
Oh, what a good son you are. Saint Flaming Mark. Mike must be very proud. Do you know, every time you've told me it's over, you've come running back for more. Every time.
Yeah, well, not anymore.
Well, where have you heard that before?
Yeah, well, this time I mean it.
Do you know what I hate, Mark? What really gets up my nose about you is the way that you think everything's so flaming straightforward. This is right, this is wrong. We're off, we're on again. And the way you just dole out the ultimatums. I'm leaving. We're telling my father.
It's called having principles.
You! Don't make me laugh. Mark, just because you admit you're doing the dirty on someone doesn't make it right.
You might find it easy lying to Dad. I don't.
Easy?
Admit it. You just want to have your cake and eat it, don't you?
I don't know what I want. From one day to the next. 1 minute to the next. I've been pushed and pulled this way and that so much, I don't know where the hell I am. You think I'm icy cold and calculating, looking after number one. But I'm a paper bag blowing in the wind. Mark, I'm not proud of what we've done, but I can't help the way I feel about you.
And I can't help the way I feel about you either. And that's why I've got to go.
Stay all day, you know. You can come back this afternoon, put your feet up, have a rest.
Ah, flaming thing.
Do you want me to do it for you?
No, I don't. And I don't need a rest. I'm fully rested.
Mike, I'm not going to apologise for worrying about you.
Well, I wish you would, because there's nothing wrong with me. Look.
Hiya, it's only me.
Tell her to stop fussing over me, will you?
Stop fussing over
Well,
him.
pardon me for caring.
You heard from your mate Craig?
No, I'm still waiting for him to ring.
Well, the sooner you get those tickets booked, the better.
He'll call.
Right, you ready?
I've been ready for half an hour.
Keys.
On your bedside table.
Oh, I'll get them.
Can I see you later?
I don't know.
I need to see you.
Call round to the flat later on then, yeah?
All right, come on, you two. Can't spend all day waiting for you.
Thanks, Reet.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, hi. How's Mike?
He's all right, yeah?
Yes, well, I can imagine how difficult it is for you getting him to take it easy, because, you know, I know what he's like.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to take it easy. And he doesn't need folk fussing round him. Like I said, he's all right.
Oh, do you know, I could say something.
Did anyone see you come in?
No.
What do you want to drink? Tea or coffee?
No.
Then what do you want, Linda?
To be with you. Just need to be close to you.
All we do is go around and around in circles.
Tell me you don't want the same thing and I'll go. Every time I look at you in that factory, Mark, I just wish everybody else would disappear and leave us alone.
But it's got to stop.
I'm not proud of the way I feel, you know. I know it doesn't make sense, Mark. Sometimes I get so angry with myself. It's like I don't have any control over my own feelings. I know I shouldn't be with you. I know I shouldn't feel this way. I tried not to come here today, you know. I tried to go over to the Rovers with the girls. I tried to stay away, but I couldn't. Mike, the only thing I know for sure is when I'm with you, it don't feel wrong. It feels right.
Wait.
What?
We just can't stop this, can we?
Maybe we should stop trying.
No, Linda, listen to me. One of us has got to do something. I'm leaving for Amsterdam on Sunday. And this time nothing's going to stop me from going.
Yeah, but now I've got to think of something to write about. It's got to be a burning issue, something that affects the local community, something that we all care passionately about.
Cool, now you're asking. Ooh.
Any ideas?
Oh, don't ask me, love. Takes me all my time writing out my shopping list.
Alma? Alma?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. That's not what you asked me, is it? Sorry, I was miles away.
Well, I hope you're enjoying your last few days in the hub of the Baldwin Empire.
Yeah, it's good to see the business doing so well.
Well, business is great. Hasn't been as good as this since the mid-80s. And do you know why?
Why?
Because of us, the Three Musketeers.
The Three Musketeers?
All right, well, the 3 degrees, the 3 tenors, call it what you want. But we made a great team.
Yeah.
Shame of splitting up then, isn't it? Doesn't have the same ring about it, the Two Musketeers.
Well, in that case, we'll have to go back to being a dynamic duo. Anyway, enough of us. I want to know what your plans are.
Oh, well, I fly out to Amsterdam on Sunday, crash on a mate's floor for a few days, and then I'm off to Thailand.
Hey, sounds good to me.
Change your tune.
How about it change for me? From now on, we'll live life to the full. Cheers.
I've been a bit flaky, haven't I? Not really knowing what I want to do. And you've bent over backwards to help me out. You've given me a great job and everything. And now what am I doing? Walking out on you.
Well, you're not as much like me as I would have liked, but that's not your fault. You could have something about your mother in you.
Oh, can we talk about something else, please?
Hey, I've only got a few more days. Let me do a bit of bonding.
Maybe I'm more like you than you realise, Dad. I've certainly picked up a few tips working with my old man.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'd be really cheesed off thinking you were just sitting there all day thinking of Thailand.
No, I've had a really good time. I've enjoyed myself. Dad?
Mike, are you all right?
I'm fine.
I'm going to get an ambulance.
No, you don't, my thump here. It's just indigestion.
You sure you're all right? You look a bit pale.
I know what a heart attack feels like. This is indigestion. Stop looking so worried, you two. You're making me nervous. Relax.